Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Cookmas. This year I'm doing a little bit different. I'm doing 10 days of cookies instead of doing a recipe every single day of the month. And today we're doing cinnamon chocolate chip butterballs. This came from one of my cookbooks. I'll link it below in case you're interested. But these are some interesting cookies. They're cinnamon and chocolate, and they kind of remind you of the wedding pecan little rolled up balls. It's very interesting. So you start with some flour. I have 1 3/4 cups of flour, a half cup of powdered sugar, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon, and a half teaspoon of salt. Once you get all those ingredients in the bowl, you can give it a good mix. And then you're going to take a cup of cold butter, which is 2 sticks, and you're going to cut that into the flour mixture. I did not have a pastry blender, so I had to use a fork. So that did take me a hot minute to do that, as you'll see here in a moment. Very doable, just takes a lot longer. But once you work at it, it will start to look like coarse crumbs, and that's how you know it's done. In the meantime, I've also preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Get that warmed up. And once my dough is ready, I'm going to stir in a cup of miniature semi-sweet chocolate chips and a teaspoon of vanilla. After that has been stirred in, I used a small cookie scoop and then formed a ball. Placed them about 1 inch apart or so on a cookie sheet and baked that for about 8 minutes or until set, but you don't want them to be brown. I did let them cool a few minutes, and then in a small bowl I added some powdered sugar, and then I rolled the cookie in there, shaking off any excess, and then letting them cool completely, which took about 30 minutes or so. These were not my favorite cookies I've ever had, but everyone in my family really liked them. They're very interesting, I will say that. The cinnamon with the chocolate chips kind of threw me off personally, but everyone else liked them. So if you want to see more cookie recipes, I have 9 more to go, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.